I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent. As some of you may know, I'm also an audio engineer, other than this kind of thing. Um, and what we're seeing a lot of in music over the years is this proliferation of songs being written by a million people. You know, you look at the credits and you'll see sort of the writers being not just the main singer and maybe the band. That's quite common. What usually happens is if you're in a band, um, you share those royalties of or the rights or the points with the members of the band, so it's fair unless you're Gary Barlow. And what we see is that's kind of changed more to a point where we're getting sort of whoever is in the studio or studios and your involvement to get a credit on the song could be so minuscule now, could be just ridiculously small that they have to credit you. So when we see a massive list of writers, usually what that is pretty much everyone that was in the studio that day in the sort of the control room, you know, behind the desk, sitting on the comfy chairs, listening and commenting, and just generally sort of throwing out not necessarily ideas as such, but just sort of commenting and saying, yeah, that's good, I like that, or, you know, not too keen on that, for example. Um, and to cover themselves from thinking, okay, we're likely, I don't want to get sued by this person claiming they wrote the song, because that's very common these days. What tends to happen is that the band or the artist would just give a fraction of a point to who is ever in the room and then give them some credit. That stops any sort of legal issue coming down the pipeline. So that's why we see on songs on you know, as bands and artists get bigger and bigger, they tend to have this larger and larger entourage of people that want to see the process of recording. And of course, recording is a lonely business most of the time. So you kind of want your friends around and those you know and trust around you. And, you know, of course, there's going to be the main key players of producers, real writers, other artists, session players, and so on that will be performing on the track. But there's also the sort of peripheral people of friends and hanger-ons that may have contributed, may not have contributed, but you don't want to risk that being an issue when you've got the next number one that's 10 weeks in the charts. So you just give them a fraction of a point, maybe share a point between 10 people or whatever, and yeah, they get some money, they get some credit, they can say they helped write that song. But what usually has happened is they've maybe just commented on the song, they may have just, you know, just such a small contribution in terms of maybe just saying they liked it. And that's kind of where we've got to these days, because everyone's paranoid about being sued by other writers or other people that may have been involved, and it's difficult to then prove that they weren't involved unless you recorded everything in terms of the control room, you're recording that, which doesn't usually happen. So to err on the side of caution, you just credit them. So that's why we have a whole list of writers in modern songs these days. The chances are the main writers are the top, you know, the band members and maybe a couple of others, and maybe one would likely be the producer as well. Everyone else you can pretty much see as hangers on. So that's how it works. Nobody really talks about this, but that's that's kind of what's going on. Everyone's scared shitless of being sued, because if you write a hit, like the saying, if you write a hit, there's a writ, or where there's a writ, there's the where there's a hit, there's a writ. So yep, that's why there are an awful lot of writers in modern songs these days. See you on the next one.